Now, while there won't be a general election in Jamaica in 2015, the island's major political parties remain on their campaign trails, and while the rallies continue, so do the accusations. Last week was a high point in the finger-pointing. The People's National Party made some damning allegations against the former Jamaica Labour Party administration. Speaking in Portmore, St. Catherine last Sunday, Finance Minister Dr. Peter Phillips accused that based on the damage to Jamaica's reputation by the former Jamaica Labour Party administration, multinational lending agencies did not want to lend the island money. He also said that at the time he took office, the country was surviving on 12 weeks of net international reserves. And as expected, the JLP fired back with accusations of its own. Opposition spokesperson on finance, Audley Shaw, who was the finance minister in the former government, says Dr. Phillips' accusations are all lies. Mr. Shaw, who was speaking at a JLP rally in St. Elizabeth last Thursday, says he raised over $400 million on the capital markets in the same time that Dr. Phillips was saying Jamaica was being declined loans.
1 month before we departed office, the leader and Prime Minister of Jamaica signed agreements with me at Jamaica House, borrowing over $200 million from the Inter-American Development Bank. And we also got money to borrow from the World Bank. So he said multinational agencies were not lending us money. Lie. Lie. And boy, when they tell you lie, you see them, yeah, dry, you see. It's what you call a dry lie.
He also accused Dr. Phillips of twisting the truth about the condition of the net international reserves when he took office. Dr. Phillips said the country was surviving on 12 weeks of imports, which Mr. Shaw says is a stretch of the facts.
When I left, the net international reserves, we had $2.8 billion US in gross reserves. And we had $2 billion United States dollars in net international reserves. That was not 12 weeks of imports. That was 20 weeks of imports. But what happened is that when they came into power, them dilly-dally, them go around the place, fool up themselves and waste time. Until the net international reserves by April of 2013, the NIR had dropped to $866 million, only 12 weeks of imports. But you see the generalship though. You see generalship. Him say we had gone down to 12 weeks of imports. But he never tell you that it's during his time as Minister of Finance that the depletion of the reserves took place and it went down to 12 weeks.
And Mr. Shaw's counterattacks did not stop with Dr. Phillips. He addressed a claim made by PNP Member of Parliament for North West St. Anne, Dayton Campbell, that the abolishment of user fees in the public health sector by the former administration is the reason the health sector is in shambles.
So them lie, so them wicked. Because when we abolished user fees, we found the extra money to put into the healthcare system. It was increased.
And Mr. Shaw also added that there were 3 main promises made by the Prime Minister Portia Simpson-Miller when she was sworn in 4 years ago. And to date, he says, she has failed to deliver on them.
My God, Sister P promised 3 things when she was sworn in. She would reduce poverty, she would increase jobs, and she would improve your standard of living. Well, what happened now? I know me say so. The statistician says so. There are more poor people in Jamaica today than 4 years ago. So she failed on that one. What about jobs? We left an unemployment rate of 12.1%. It is now 13.1%. So them fail on the employment test too. And then now, the standard of living. Tell me something. Your standard of living gone up since PNB in power? You can buy what you bought 4 years ago with the same money today. And you know why I do? Because they can't control the dollar. So the dollar moved from Phillips, from a dollar wine, make it a dollar slide. The first one was a dollar side. Then he moved from a dollar slide to a dollar wine. And now the whole we are get a dollar grind from Peter Phillips and the People's National Party government.